Okay, so this is the project for the week. I'm going to be replacing this joystick here on this controller. So this is an old N64 controller that when I was a kid, I decided I would mod. So I painted it with some stone spray paint. So what I'm gonna try to do is take off the paint, repaint it, actually do some good layers on it, remove this joystick because it's all busted. And I bought, because I saw you can get replacement joysticks. This one right here, I believe, is like a GameCube joystick. So when we put that in, we'll see the differences here. Let me see if I can open it with one hand. There we go. Come on. Get it out of there. Look at that. Like this. There it is. So that is going to be in there instead, and that moves so much smoother. Goes right to center. Yeah, that's good. So that'll be good to have. So I'll replace that. I'm going to try to repaint this, and yeah, that'll be what I do a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to do some more tomorrow. I'm going to pick up the paints tomorrow. But yeah. All right, so we got it opened up. I used these two little screws here. When I was a youngster, I put them in this little bag. When I was a youngster, the small ones, I stripped one. So I had to actually use a flathead instead of the Phillips and just be really gentle with it. When I go tomorrow to the store, I'm gonna see if we can have, if they have replacements sizes. I don't think they will, but I also noticed that when I was little, the one on the back here too was missing a screw. So I need to replace that screw. But basically right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart this hardware, take it out of the casing, and I'm not going to switch that yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but I want to just take everything out of the casing and then figure out how to get this stuff off. I have some acetone over there, that little fingernail polish bottle. I'm going to see if that does it. I could scrape a lot of it off like this here even. Like, so I might just do that. Maybe not with my finger, but get something like abrasive and then just kind of sand it or something. I doubt that I primed it when I was a kid, so that is probably a reason why it's coming off so easy. Plus I used just whatever was lying around. We had stone spray paint lying around, so anyways, I'm gonna take that off, replace that stuff, pick a color. I don't know what color to choose. I might do like red or something. Maybe try a design. We'll see. I don't want to get too complicated. I've never really spray painted a controller before other than this right here. I want it to look good by the end of it and take my time. We're also going to be doing some planter beds this weekend, so I got to spray paint this in between the working on those. So, but yeah, that's what we got so far. So I got this guy free right there, took it off. How that's done is you have your Z button is right here. That's the Z chip right there where the button goes on. On these, if you're gonna remove your own, only one side moves. That's the one on the left side here. So you just push it to the side right there, and then you slide that chip out. This side right here won't move, so you don't want to break the chip. So you want to, when you're removing your joystick, the left side is the one you want to go for here. Then you're just gonna slide it right out of there. This, I was having trouble just pulling it out, so I took one of these flatheads here and I just, where's the flathead? Is that it? Yeah. And then I just kind of slightly put it in there, twisted, just worked it out slowly. You really want to take your time with stuff like this because you don't want to damage anything. Buying an original N64 controller can cost you anywhere like $50, unless you find it at like a garage sale or a thrift store or something. But if you're buying it online, it gets expensive. So I got all my buttons in there, got my screws in there. I'll probably, because I'm going to have to go to work here pretty soon, I'll probably stick this in the bag just so that the cats don't eat it. But yeah, and then I got these shells all opened up. I'll have to, did I break them? Look at this here. This has 2 holes, 1, 2. There's one, and this one's all busted. I probably broke that many moons ago. anyways, I'm gonna paint it. We'll get it going. Probably spend the rest of tonight trying to get this stuff off. Maybe soak it in like soapy water and see if that softens it. Because I got all this crap in the back right there. Look at that. I don't want that stuff inside the controller. All this. Anyways, so that's what we got so far. I'll just keep plugging away and then get ready for work and get out of here. So there's all that. Basically, I just been grabbing this guy here, the wide flathead, and then just shaving it off. I figure I'll get the majority of the work done that way, scraping off a lot of the stuff. You got the Nintendo in there. I forgot all about the C in there, and then I revealed it, and I'm like, oh, whoa, there's a C in there. So I'm gonna get the majority of it that way, and then I'll try heating up some soapy water and putting it in there, and then try scrubbing it or something. And then I'll probably get a light grit sandpaper and sand this whole thing down anyways. And then wipe it down. And then make sure to use a primer, do multiple layers, do a cover, like clear coat layer. Really try to make sure that this time the paint will stay. It won't be as easy to take off. I'm glad it's easy to take off now. But just do a better job than when I was younger and I did this. Yeah, and then replace that little joystick right there. Hopefully the new one works good. Should be in good quality. I mean, it'll work better than this either way. It was only like $11 for this, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But I'm gonna clean this up and then go to work, or at least put my pants on. Okay, so a little development. I've been using this guy right here. I believe it's acetone, artificial nail polish remover. I was hoping it was acetone. Non-acetone. Does it say that on the front? Anyway, so it's artificial acetone. So I was using that because I figured acetone would take it off, but then this started happening, and I was wondering if something like this would happen. But you see how it looks like it's all sticky? It's got that sticky texture to it. It's because it was melting the plastic, I'm pretty sure, rather than just taking off the paint. So this is why we do this, you know? We learn as we go. So still painting all these crevices and stuff. In there is a pain to deal with inside these holes as well. So what I did was, and then I just took some paper towels. See, look, it was taking off the blue. Took some paper towels and then I wiped it down with some isopropyl alcohol just to try to clean it a bit. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this to score it. Kind of like this is, I guess you can consider a very fine sandpaper rather than actually using sandpaper. And I'm gonna do that to try to redo the plastic. But first, I'm actually gonna take it to the sink and try to wash it with some hot water and some just like a normal little sponge and soap, and see if I can get a lot of that stuff off. I want to probably put it in a hot container, let it soak in soapy water first. So I'll probably put like a bowl in the sink and then fill it up with water, put these guys in there with some soapy water and let it soak for a bit, soften up a lot of these things in here, and then go back and try to scrub them off. See how good we can get it beforehand. I'm gonna have to run. I'm gonna picking up some cinder blocks today for a garden project. This should be coming along here. Alright, so let's see here. Got that super glued in there, just waiting for that to dry. Hopefully it'll stay. And now I just need to get it spray painted. So I'm gonna take it out and paint it. I'm gonna use those boxes over there. And then I was using this right here as kind of like a sandpaper to get it to this state. You want to take off all of the gloss and make it look more of a matte color to get that protective layer on the plastic so that the paint will hold better. But yeah, here we go. I think this is my third layer of this here. Getting the paint on there. Yeah, just laying it on. I'm using a heat gun there, trying to keep my distance, trying to make it dry faster. It's probably going to be a project that takes a couple of days because I'm going to need it to dry and then like complete dry. And I was reading the back of the cans here on these, and in order for it to be like finished drying, when full maximum adhesion. So maximum adhesion, since it's on plastic, won't adhere very well. 5 to 7 days right there before it says cleanup. Yeah, so I'm at least gonna want to wait a couple of days. But I'm very impatient, so maybe I'll wait one. Not very good, and then I want to put the clear coat on and get it finished that way. I'm gonna try to do something fun with the red, add the red to it. But it's looking pretty good. Not terrible. Definitely better than the first job. Finished the last layer of the white, and now what I need to do is create a stencil. I'm thinking I want something going across kind of the top of this. Maybe something like that. I don't know. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I got this thick grip liner for drawers, and I'm thinking if I spray paint this, it's gonna create a checkered pattern. So what I'm thinking right now is for the controller, maybe having a flag, like a checkered flag or something, kind of going across it. I'm thinking if I do like that, and then like that. Made it too big. But that's kind of the idea. The checkered flag going across it, kind of going in there. And then having the last part of it. Like that, but small enough to fit on the controller. Then I gotta figure out how to block it so that I create those shadows, I guess. We'll have to do a couple tests. But that's the idea. I'm thinking a little flag going across. I don't know if that'll show up. We'll see. We'll do some tests. You ready to see my contraption? Yeah, not the most pretty. I hope it'll stay together. I'm gonna go out there and try it on a piece of cardboard and see what it looks like. Let me drink some cold coffee real quick. All right, let's go check it out. So a couple of things to learn from. This is almost dry, doing good. Stencil worked out, kinda. Probably too big, should have done much more precise, took my time. That's the main thing. Because here's what happened, ready? Dun-dun, dun-dun. See, that looks pretty good. I'm spraying at an angle, that looks pretty good. Then it becomes a mess over there. The reason why is because when it wasn't flush against it, it was lifted up, and so it was able to get in there and kind of blotch out rather than create the effect I'm going for, the clean look. But this one right here, I did the same thing. I went down, I decided to not just leave it up there like that, but to bring it down also. And so then it did the same thing here. Same thing. But that's what it's gonna look like. So we'll let it dry, put the buttons in there, and I think that's pretty good for a first attempt. I got 5 other controllers I'm gonna have to do it on. Well, not have to, but I'm gonna try. I wanna get better at making these designs, making them fun little controllers, and mainly upgrading these joysticks here to a much better quality one. But not terrible. White Nintendo controller, not gonna be bad to have. That's for sure. But yeah, kind of cool. Actually, the box is kind of cool design. Kind of like trash polka tattooing. Yeah. So it's the next day. I got this here. Had my controller case sit and dry for a bit. I washed all the buttons. I debated on whether or not to paint the buttons. I'm not going to. But if we look here, that's what it looks like right now. I went back through and tried to add in a little more color. So I went and got some blue spray paint, added it on there. It's pretty good. It's not terrible. I'm just gonna wait and let it dry a little bit longer so that before I add on the clear coat. Realistically, I know I should wait at least like 5 days before adding a clear coat, but I'm impatient. What can I say? I'm impatient. So here's what I'm actually gonna do. While I'm waiting for this, I'm gonna open up another one of my 64 controllers, and I'm gonna try to do a little hydro dipping. I was watching some videos on hydro dipping. I'm like, you know what? I might as well do that. If I'm gonna wait, I might as well do that. And then when I order the joystick, all I gotta do is switch the joystick in the custom controller rather than doing the painting also. Because I'm gonna replace all the joysticks anyway, so it's gonna happen. I just you know, taking it in strides. So here we go. I'm gonna start, just find a controller, take it apart, use these abrasive pads here, sand it down like I did before. I'm not gonna really have to wash it because it's not gonna have all the paint on it that it had before. It's gonna be a lot easier. I'm gonna be very careful not to break these things. Right there, see the super glue? I'm gonna be careful not to break that, not to break this one right here. I'm gonna get more Ziploc bags, keep it all organized as best I can. I mean, I could probably do better. Look, I can make labels and do it that way if I wanted to, but I'll just let this dry. This is gonna be my little drying box. But yeah, and then I gotta find a tub to fill up with water, and then I got the spray paint. I figure what I'll do is I'll do another base coat of white so that the colors are vibrant, but in the bucket I'll only put in red and blue, so it'll be like red and blue, like striped. We'll see if I mess it up. If I mess it up, it don't matter none. It's just a controller anyways. But here we go. So I got my task for the day. This and the planter beds. So let's see what we got. So when looking at these guys here, I'm trying to find out which one has the worst joystick. That one moves a little bit. That's pretty good. This one right here is moving a little more. And then this guy here, moving. I feel like this one's probably the worst out of these three. That's the best. So this guy here. Here's what we're gonna do. This is the one I'm gonna use it for. This is the one. I'm gonna take a bath. I got this guy sanded up. Now I'm gonna go put a white layer on this and then prep the water for dipping it. And while the first layer of this dries, it shouldn't take too long, we're gonna work on the yard.
Okay, so the plan is, here, come over into the water. I'm gonna spray paint one color and then the next color and the next color, and then I'm gonna slowly dip that in there. And we'll see what happens. Sorry, you're breathing it all in. Here, come on this side here.
All right, recording.
I think the more you put on, the heavier the color will be.
That's not good.
It's gonna all pool to the center there.
And then so I want to get
You
rid
can
of
put it, yeah, you can put it any place you want. It doesn't have to be in the center. The center is gonna be more red. It's kind of like tie-dyeing plastic. All the way down, and then start moving the controller around inside there with your hand. So like, yeah, move it around, get the water out of the way. Yeah, I'll use this to get an opening and pull it up. There we go.
And then can I tip it over?
Yeah. Look at that. Try not to touch the underbelly part of it. And then just go set it on the concrete, or you can put it on the box. Yeah, put it on the concrete first. Let it drip dry there. Get that. And get the rest of this film here. A little paint here. All right, here we go. Nice and slow like. And then move this around. You want to get the paint out of the way so when you pull it up, you don't ruin what you put on there, is the idea. And then let's take a look at it.
Wow.
Maybe.
That's really cool.
That could work, except I gotta get that little piece of grass off of there. Okay, so once we've done one, what happens is it gets like that. It gets filmy, you see that? So since we're gonna be doing the back of it also, I'm just gonna take a paper towel and just kinda scheme the top of it here, collecting all that I can of the paint so that our next one can be done fresh. And Rachel is actually gonna be the one doing that. We're just gonna let them dry. I use the heat gun a little bit from a distance to kind of help it because we're gonna go pick up some dirt for our planter in the front yard.
That's the back, what it's supposed to look like. And then I cut it right there to make it fit. It's a little too big for these, so I'm gonna see if it works before I start cutting this one. I got the second one in the mail today, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I got the other one to work. Now I just need to do this one. I already cut it. I cut it on the sides with the blade and then peeled it up with the pliers here. And then I just make it fit, put it all together, and then that's both of the controllers done. Okay, so here are the controllers all finished. The joysticks are in there. Tested them last night. They actually work, which is good. I was a little nervous about that. All the buttons still work as well. Just to show you the differences between them here. This one here, all loose, and this one here, all good. If you buy these, you want to, the little plug-in is too big for it, so you want to cut it and bend it up or cut it off like I did earlier. But yeah, here they are. Cool.